Wings and Pistons, right? The others. And they're both, Wings are having a resurgence. Pistons have been solid. And we're talking about this idea of, okay, well, which one of these are you more confident is going to get home? For me, it would be the Pistons. Not that they're better than the Wings, but it's their situation is better. So we're having that conversation because Eastern Conference in the NBA is regrettable. But may I just briefly, I have something for Kenny, I think. Kenny has a habit, people, of forcing us with the television outside the studio, of putting it on the NHL Network.
I thought that was the only channel.
Right.
It is the only channel, Rico.
No other channel is paid for. So I walk out while you were doing your commercial, and I glance at the TV, and what do I see? I don't see hockey. I see horse racing. And I go, what is this? Is Kenny rifling a few bets here on a and I'm like, what tracks are even open on a Tuesday, January 7th? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Then it cut to a Kraken game. And I went, Second race at Santa Anita yesterday. The horse, Grubauer.
Yes, another.
Named after Kraken goalie.
Yes.
Bob Grubauer.
I love it. Added to the Nyquist and all the other hockey players. Shesterkin, yep. Another goal.
Pavel. Mrazek.
So now
Nyquist.
your worlds are coming together.
I have told Kenny there is a connection between hockey and horse racing. There are many. Hockey, first of all, the owner of the Florida Panthers owns a very successful stable called St. Elias Stables. You have Eric Johnson, former NHLer, who owns horses. But a lot of, there's a person from Windsor, I believe. His stable's called Redham Racing. He owned Nyquist. Mm-hmm. He would name his horses after Wings, but it's a California-based stable. The point is, I walk out expecting to see welfare hockey, where it's like, dude, the studio setup is horrific.
Yeah. They change jerseys every day.
Right. It's like two guys at a cardboard table. They should be playing Monopoly in a treehouse at this point. And it's just two dudes in like parkas. I don't even know if they pay for the heat at NHL Network. And I see, horse racing. What the hell is this? Did the NHL Network go out of business? No. There's a horse named Grubauer.
Worlds collide, man. I always love it when you bring me one of those names. That's one of my favorite bits.
Here for you, okay? Grubauer. We can move on. David, ticket text before we get to the people. And yes, we'll get to the Lions at 3. For Christ's sakes, there has to be space for other things. They don't play for 2 weeks.
The Eastern Conference in the NBA is terrible, so I'm going to choose the Pistons. The NHL team, the Red Wings, have a gauntlet on their side. So, yes, it is the Pistons.
And when he says it, guys, I want you to understand something. That's not saying the Pistons aren't playing solid basketball. They are, okay? But the NHL, that East, is the equivalent of the Western Conference in the NBA. It's just hyper competitive. Yeah. The East has teams. Like, Rico, how many teams in the East, if you pull up the standings, how many would you say a month from now on February 7th will be in full tank mode? I think the number could be as many as 5. You can't say that in hockey.
5, yeah.
Charlotte would be 1. Washington would be 2. Toronto would be 3.
Brooklyn
would be 4.
Is Philly going to try this year?
And there's a sneaky, you know what that is? That's Sean Elliott's kidney, David Robinson blowout, Spurs tank.
Mm-hmm. And then
you recharge the batteries.
Yes.
Then you get Cooper Flag to go with JoJo and Maxey, and they're back.
And then what are the Heat going to do?
Trade Jimmy Butler and be mid.
Right, I'm saying, are they going to try after they trade Jimmy Butler, or are they going to say, you know what, let's just tank, let's get Cooper Flag to come to Miami?
How long have I told you that my people have told me Jimmy's a jerk?
You've said it for a while. Chicago?
Not well liked.
I don't know, man. There's a JBB with the Heat may actually take a Jimmy Butler bump when they get rid of him. That's happened everywhere he's gone. They traded him. They took a bump.
Right, I'm saying, so at that point, is it an addition by subtraction? He's gone. We could play better now, but there's
Jimmy
at least
Butler
5, 6
is
teams.
Miami's Derek Lalone. Finkel is Einhorn.
Or he's
the same person.
Miami Kyrie.
Yes. Sage burning bleep hole. All right. Let's get to
But yes, a lot of teams could be tanking in the East, whereas the Pistons, man, if
they're trying, and
if
Bickerstaff is a real coach.
You don't even need to go 500. I think if you can go
5 games under.
Yeah.
You could be 5 games under, and you will absolutely be. And I do not. Here's what I'm not going to tolerate on January 7th. Here's a PSA. Do not call up and slander the Pistons if they're in this play-in and say, well, that's not real. No, it is real.
Hold on. David.
I won't do it. I won't do it.
It's real. When a team hasn't won a playoff game in 15 years.
Talk about pre-show meeting. One of us, I'll leave them nameless, said it doesn't count. I'm like, it absolutely does count.
And then even though you insulted me, I defended you.
I did not insult you, Unc. There you go, Unc.
As in people, he was talking about me right there.
Everybody,
is what he's saying.
When you call up, make sure you greet Mike as Unc.
No. I was saying
greet him as Unc.
You were very distinct in saying that's a term of endearment in the black community. And I said, well, can white people qualify for Unc? And your one-liner was more like colonizer.
Make sure you call him Unc.
Happy effing holidays.
I had to make sure you were listening to me.
Oh, yeah. Big time. All right, let's go to the people, see what they got to say. We'll go to Mike, 97.1. Mikey, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Mike and Rico. How are you guys doing?
Good, Mike.
Excellent, Mike.
Good.
Way to go.
Last time I called in, Mike was about ready to get on his mandatory HR sabbatical, so it's good to know that he hasn't learned anything yet.
What's the problem?
So, no, anyway, I think the Pistons are 100% real.
Okay.
You have a bona fide all-star in Cade Cunningham that's going to be flirting with All-NBA by the end of this season. A coach that wants to be here in J.B. Bickerstaff that kind of is the Pistons version of Dan Campbell. He actually wants to be here, and he's got a fight to him that is super respectable. And I think Cade is going to force Trajan Langdon's hand in acquiring a player now that Ivy's out for the foreseeable future.
I have no problem with anything you said. I mean, Mike, you're seeing what a coach who actually wants to be here can do. And look, let's give some credit. Trajan Langdon with a couple of veteran adult signings in the room that have allowed a little bit more floor spacing. Now, they've got to figure out long-term the Ivy-Cade conundrum, right? And the idea is you probably can't sink that level of money into the backcourt. But in the here and now, you're right. Cade is the most important factor, and he's blossoming. So, and again, Mike, do you agree with our take? And it's not insulting. It's just the bottom of the East is so bad. I will find it shocking. Like, I'm not going to put it into the universe what would have to happen. I think we all know what it means. But the Pistons should be able to make the play-in.
Yes. The floor is hosting a play-in game, and I think the ceiling is the 5 seed. I don't see any reason why if you add an asset at the trade deadline, you can't start to get into that mid-tier of the Eastern Conference with a young roster.
So, Mike, let's have some fun. Have fun, because I know you're thinking of a name. Say the name. Say the player you want them to acquire. Let's have a little fun for a second.
I don't want to say the name because I want it to happen. I don't want to get my hopes up.
What is it? Okay, Mike, what does it rhyme with?
Yeah, rhyme the name.
Smart.
Say it again?
Marcus Smart.
Oh,
Smart.
you don't want Marcus Smart. No.
No.
Why not?
No. First of all, Mike. First of all,
who do you want?
It better not rhyme with buying.
I
No.
I am not saying.
No, Mike, I said it better not rhyme with buying.
I didn't. Mike almost crashed his car. No, the Marcus Smart thing, here's your problem. A, can't stay healthy. B, he's a terrible shooter. And look, not a primary ball handler. I love his toughness. I love what Marcus is about. But look what happened. The minute the Celtics got rid of him, they went next level. You don't need Marcus Smart here.
But I also think Oscar Thompson's starting to come on. And, Mike, your theory on the NBA season doesn't start until December. Yep. They're 9-5 since the calendar turned December, and that the first loss was in that pool play of the tournament.
Yeah, against the Bucks.
They're absolutely a real team.
Yeah, and, Mike, and again, it's not insulting. Mike, you know what I know. If you're trying, just trying. You don't even have to be that good. There will be half a dozen free squares on your schedule in the depths of the winter. Because when you play a team like Washington who is not trying, or pick Eastern Conference team, those are W's.
Going up against Philly. They want Cooper Flag. Yeah.
I'm just saying, there's a shot Philly doesn't turn this thing around. They opt out. They go long term.
Now, here's when you know that the Pistons have officially turned the corner.
Okay.
When teams don't use the Pistons as their rest day.
Truth.
Because right now, it's, you know what? It's load management day. It's rare that you get a star to actually play, especially on the road.
But think about what we're saying. You know, this is like nothing you're saying is wrong. It's just disgusting. Mm-hmm. This is why people don't watch the NBA. This is why, I understand there's societal issues and why the ratings might be down or the NFL, but the reality is the things, Rico, is what you're saying is true. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, when teams stop resting players making how much against you? Yeah. Or, hey, you got a great shot to make it because no one's trying. Like,
think about Thursday, Steph Curry and the Warriors are coming in town. Steph may actually play in this game.
Maybe.
It's like, okay, you get to see a superstar in your house going up against Cade. But normally it's like, it's the Pistons. We can just go out there, score your league average, and sit down. I saw Ja Morant do that last year.
248-539-9797. We'll get some of the people in the mix, get some ticket text, Lions discussion at 3 o'clock. We also have something in the 4 o'clock that's going to be fun, and it's called Rico's Receipts Playoff BS. We'll explain.